It's a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld Today. I'm B-Ron, and joining me this morning, as always, is my co-host. He yells, "Oh, my brother, testify!" Thursday.
Oh, oh, my brother testify. Are we 3D'ing? We
Yeah, a
3D'ing
little
this
bit,
morning? I
a little bit
already
this morning.
I
A
already
little
know
bit.
what's starting this morning. I know it probably has nothing at all to do with defense. nothing to do
No,
with D.
absolutely
All
not.
O.
No, but look, yells. Check the scoreboard because Jafet Towns put up a monster game yesterday. My goodness. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked. All the highlights are Jafet Towns, rightfully so. The 3-pointer there, the little shake and bake into the
uh,
floater alert over
over
Corey
Corey
Yams.
Yams. Yeah.
And here again, Jafet Towns attacking and firing a three over Corey Yams
Corey
once
Yams
again. And
again.
here he is being defended by J-Mo, getting the rebound, the foul, and the bucket as well on the and one. And boy, Javette Towns exploded for 43 points last night as the reigning Trays beat H-Town 97-68. Those
Wow.
43 points that Javette scored last night ties him with Cody Johnson, Cooper Kinji Cross, as I learned last time it's pronounced Kinji Cross, and Kadarius Loftus with the third most points in Simple Prep history in a single game. That's insane.
What in the hell? What? That
Yeah.
he's going crazy. In the last two games, he scored over 80 points. He put up 39 last night, or excuse me,
Yep.
the night before. And now he puts up 43. He's going for the gusto. 5 for 5 from
Man.
the free throw line, 6 for 6 from deep. Oh, he was going crazy. And a lot of those points, as we saw there in the clip, he's scoring over Corey Yams. He's putting up floaters. He's going to the rack.
Hmm.
He's shooting
Yep.
threes. He's getting to the free throw line. He, if anyone's going to threaten Cooper Flag for Player of the Year, he's going to get some wins under his belt. And it looks like if that's what he has to do to get wins under the in the win column for reigning Trays, then by all means, I guess he's doing it. So
Man, I don't know. I don't know at this point. And see the topic is what it is for a reason because look, uh should is he in the early conversation for player of the year despite his team's current record? I would say so, yeah. But there's another thing you could talk about here too is if he does continue to play this way and his team doesn't perform, you know, up to that standard, is he still, in the conversation? Could he win the award still, even if his team doesn't play well? Like again, when I look at when I look at these awards, a lot of these awards, the name of it means something to me. Player of the year to me, and here's my again controversy. I think I said this before, but player of the year, you could look at it at a multitude of different ways. You could say, sure, it's best player on the best team in the league. You could look at it that way, sure. But you could also look at it as who's the best player in the league.
I'm with you.
So if
That's
Jafet Towns continues to play this way, there's no way he does. You're not going to shoot 80%, every game. It's not going to happen. I'm not saying he will, but if he continues to play at this higher level, through the course of the season, in my opinion, if it's him and Cooper Flag, and they're 1 and 2, if Jafet, has a big game against Cooper Flag and they win that game or whatever, you know, I I gotta give it to Towns if it comes down to that. I don't think it will, but if it does for some crazy reason come down to that kind of defining moment, I think I would have to lean that way because of the performance that Javette Towns has put on throughout the course of the season. Cooper Flag hasn't touched 43.
Notable performances, and that's what we talk about. Look, the thing about player of the year is it's so subjective, right? Some people
Hmm.
can use this measure to say what it is. Rick Blaze likes to say, "Hey, this is what people call it," but here's my player of the year, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Everyone has your, their, whatever their version of it is. But I
Right.
just take it as a simplest form. It is not the best player on the best team of the year award. It's not the most valuable player. Player of the year, most valuable player is not the same thing. It is not.
Yeah.
It is not the best team of the year. It's player of the year.
Uh huh.
To me, that's taking the words at face value. It's the best individual performances. Um, and Cooper Flag is doing it. So I think some of the things when you look at the best player on the best team, that's where you draw a line. If there's two people that are at a certain level, then that's where you give an edge. You have to look at
Right.
outliers. So if it comes down to Cooper Flag and Jafet Towns and whomever else, right, then we're going to start leaning to the win column. If you lean in the win column and all those things line up, then you look at the kind of help they had. You always move to the next. You move to the next measuring stick. But quite simply, if he's able to keep this up, for 39 and then following that up on the heels of that game against H
Right.
Town,
40. Right.
yeah, against H Town to put up 43 against a pretty good defensive team. They've had some slumps here and they've had some
Hmm.
questionable
Yeah.
things going, but they are a good defensive team. Corey Yams is a great defender. Excuse me, and J Mo is a great defender. They have some other guys there, but he went bonkers. Like
Yeah.
that's a
Absolutely.
that's
Hundred
a
percent.
and pun intended, that is a flagstone game. That is a flagship
Yeah.
game that he had. Um, the same night that Cooper Flag put up his 36 or 34, whatever it is, and that
Yeah.
was a broadcasted game.
Right.
And everyone, we were all in awe. We were like, man, look how he's
Yes. We
just
were.
commanding this game in a
We were absolutely hundred
non-broadcast
percent.
game on that same night. I'm assuming there was a scout in attendance, a fan member was like, yo, Jafet, here's what Coop just did. He put up
Yeah.
39 that night.
Somebody whispered in his
He
ear,
put,
like,
he put up 39 on
the
that
pet, the
same
pet
night,
towns.
D-Ron.
Cooper Flag put up 36.
Yeah, he went out, so we got to
Yeah.
see Cooper Flag in on national broadcast, but he put up 39 that same night, and then he
Yup.
followed it up with this. We said we would never see someone touch Cooper Kingy, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We said no one would ever come close. He's put up 40 plus points in this one, and on extremely efficient shooting. He shot
Yeah.
80%.
80%. It doesn't get much
80%.
better than 80%. It doesn't. Like,
I mean, it gets 20% better than
I mean, it
80%.
does. It does. You're right. You're right. But oh, either way, like that's insane. I think if it's a big shooting that percentage, okay, sure, yeah, that makes sense because most times your big is gonna be in the paint and they're gonna be getting the easier looks. You know what I mean?
So
But
before we
for a
get off the
guard,
rail, go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry. Finish,
no,
please finish up.
for a guard to be doing this, I think is even more impressive to me because you know they have to work a lot, have to work a lot harder to get some of those kind of shots.
Hmm.
They have to make people miss and get by into the basket. They have to create shots for themselves sometimes in that regard. It's not like the guard is giving you the ball on a silver platter if you're a big and you're just, standing under the hoop ready to dunk it. Boom, that's it. But no, you have to work a lot harder to get those kinds of points and be effective throughout the course of a game. That's insane to do that. 80% is wild.
As of right now, that here's the thing. Everyone's gonna have a take on this, and oh my God, we're out of bounds. People feel everyone is entitled to their own opinion. The thing I
Of
don't
course.
like about these kind of topics, we love to debate them. Of course, we love to debate them. We love to talk about them.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
early player of the year, that's always the caveat. This is early. Will he keep
Right.
it up? We're talking right now, and as of right now, Jafet Towns, let me check my notes. He leads the league in points responsible for at 46.9. Call it 47. He's second in the league in scoring. Let's look here. Total points responsible for total points. He's at 238. Cooper Flag is at
Jeez.
192. So that means not only is he scoring the points, he's dropping assists a game. So let's go take a look at that. Let me take a look. You see me looking around. I got my screens. I'm at my command station. as Siege likes to call it. I love that name. 3.7 assists per game. He's shooting 40% from three. He hasn't missed a free throw yet, and he's only turning the ball over once a game, second in the league in scoring.
Yeah.
I could almost say sans the record, right? Sans the record, depending on how much value you put on the record, he may be the number one contender right now. But we all know how
Yeah.
people the numbers are the
No, yeah,
numbers.
you're right. You're
So
right. Absolutely right. And I'm right there with you. Listening to all the numbers you just listed off to me, you know, yeah, that's a clear cut thing. If you want to talk about, MVP conversation, who's the most valuable player to their team, Jafet Towns right now is that guy for them. For reigning trades, I don't care what your record is. Uh, Without Jafet Towns, they look a lot worse, in my personal opinion. They
right.
look a lot worse without Jalen House on that team. So,
Right. So I'm not going to say one way or the other. I think he's a contender. Am I saying he's there?
yeah,
I just want to bring out the points. I just want to put the facts out there before people start saying what
agreed,
we're saying
agreed.
is
Yeah,
blasphemous. You take Jafet Towns off his team, they lose 50% of their offensive production, and nobody else on that team currently take the stats away on this one. That no one else on the reigning trays has been proven as a reliable, one, two, or three scorer. You see, Rian
yeah,
Fugate has scored 10. Jason Crosser is not proven to be reliable over 2 seasons. Jimmy King hasn't quite fleshed it out. Ethan Alexander's
mhm.
look nice. All of these guys are unproven as scorers. If I go take a look at the OGs, and that's why my head's turned to the side, guys. If I go take a look at the OGs, you take Cooper Flag off of that team. You take defense off, which I can't really measure and give you that. You take 44% of the offense away from that team. But you're still left with Jay Laster, who is a proven scorer and
Yep.
facilitator. You're still left with Victor Ilgauskas, who is proven. You have some other guys on there that I could name, but they haven't proven it yet in Justin McGavin. So as far as player of the year right now, very strong case that Jafet Towns deserves to be in the discussion at minimum as a 1B.
Yes, agree 100%, 100% there. Let's move on though from one surprise to another. SimWorld Middle East, they get the shocker from that award because they came out and they really, really took it to Lone Star, and
In
there is
Texas, in the great
one,
state of Texas, the
yeah,
guns are blazing.
yeah, they were ready, man. They were ready, and they came out cooking, man. Ronnie Shanahan here hooking up with Arthur Lattimore for alley oop,
Mm.
and they had some moments in this game, and they got back into it eventually. But here is
Woo!
a non Dersan using a spin move
Spin cycle.
to get by, and coming down the stretch here. Shanahan with the steal. We were like, hey, they need to get points in bunches. Kick out the trade back for a three. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yep.
But none that would matter. Arthur Lattimore would hit, a late shot of his own to, make it a little bit closer than what the game really looked like, because the final in that one ended up being 70,
To 76,
70,
72.
76, 72. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Hard to
look,
find it on here.
we've seen in the highlight package there. You said there were some moments, right? And that's proof of what we talked about yesterday. Moments
Hmm.
do not get it done. Consistent play. Lone Star was in some kind of press, or the players decided to press. I'm not sure what went on, but there were a lot of free runs to the basket. I've seen that in a few Lone Star games so far this year, to be honest. But the story of the game for me was what's this kid's name? Hussein Al Noor, and Adnan Dursan. You
Yeah.
mentioned him.
Hus- Hussein Al Noor
It was a total
and
team
Anand
effort,
Jasan.
right?
Yeah. It
Yeah,
really
so
was.
it really was a total team effort. But I want to stand on the things that I saw defensively. Lone Star basketball looked terrible. They didn't. It looked like they had the wrong game plan rocking out there.
Yeah.
I think some people mentioned it. Middle East has not been proven to be a good shooting team so far this season. So pressing them was it was an odd decision in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you could put that on coaching, but I'm gonna also put it on the players. But I'm also gonna make sure I give Middle East their credit. They worked hard, but even more so than that,
They did.
this is prep ball. We talk wins and losses, and we talk team holistically, but we're here to talk about the players. The players we're gonna see heading into the future. The kids we're gonna see in SimWorld U, Euro ball, international ball, and eventually, hopefully, someday in SWBA.
Mm-hmm.
Hassan Al
Yeah.
Noor. What's that kid? How tall is he? You got any numbers on him, P. Ron?
He's 6'10".
6'10", 16 points, 11 boards, 7 assists.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the stats, guys. The stats just support what the eye test sees. In the eye test, his passing at that size, everyone there's a big affinity for Jokic. Everyone loves him now. Before he was just a big slow white boy, right? I'm just saying what people said, and I love his game. He is up
Mm-hmm.
there for me. He's Larry Bird esque. Yeah, I said it.
Okay.
I said it. Hassan Al Noor, his passing, at this age, at 16 years old, the dimes that he
Yeah.
would, the vision that he showed was phenomenal. To still have the big man game that he had, was he just backing guys down and shacking them? No, but he gave 16 points. He was on the glass. He played big. He defended Arthur Lattimore fairly well. But the vision, I'm looking forward to seeing more of this kid.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's what I
I
was
am
shocked about
too.
was him. To be
Yeah,
honest.
no, you're right. He looked really, really good all game. And speaking of the press, I talked to Coach Woods in the post game press conference, and
Mhm.
he commented on Hussein Al Noor and his ability to really get to the paint so easily. That was one of the reasons why they had such a hard time in that game. And really their whole team, and again, Coach Wood said the same thing, is that their whole team really got into the paint
Yeah.
easily all game. And, he mentioned that in the next time, if they were to play again, he wouldn't press them at all. And he wouldn't try to do a full court press. Because especially, in the fourth quarter, we saw them try to figure it out in the fourth quarter, but then it was too late. So he wants to try next time, if they play him again, making them shoot the ball.
Yeah, try whatever you need to try next time. All that sounds good. I know Doug Dobbins is a maniac. I saw that big, giant, big ass 10-gallon hat he had on. I saw the belt buckle. I saw both of those things come off during the game. Ownership's probably not happy about this loss. I don't care. He could win 5 more. He needs 5 quality wins. This squad needs 5 quality wins to overcome this loss for Doug Dobbins, and I'm pretty sure of that. So that's a
Yeah,
tough
that
L.
tough L, man, really, really was. But you know who hasn't taken any L's this season?
Ooh.
Cascadia, and they didn't take one last night either. Just gonna, spoil for you right now. And still undefeated is Cascadia, and there's Daniel Irvin dunking over Mookin Williams. Absolutely insane play there, and there's Keyshawn Colson there attacking, or that was Kelvin Knight rather
Hey, the
going up
dunk
and get
god.
dunked. And there's Kevon Jackson, dunk God himself, getting one of his own, getting one back, and there's Keyshawn Colson pulling up for a
To,
jumper.
to
But
no avail.
look, yeah, to no avail. Didn't really matter a whole lot because Gotham 5 still not looking the greatest. And again, last night it looks to me that they got blown out at home, 82-68 by Cascadia, who are now 6-0 on the season. Still undefeated. That's crazy.
I'm not calling that a blowout. That's too much. You're going too far. You're going too far. It's a 14-point loss. It's not a blowout. It just kind of fell apart in the fourth quarter. Whatever. Maybe it was.
Okay.
Jeff Michaels had a great showing coaching wise in his first game. Incredible showing there. In this one, I wouldn't say the coaching looked so bad. It's just that
He
Cascadia
got
showed.
he got thrown to the fire
Yeah,
in
yeah.
these last two games. Honestly, his first two games, his
Cascadia.
first game, his first. I'm sorry,
No,
let's
go
cut
ahead.
you off. His first game, came in the night before at like 11 o'clock. The night before. Hey, you're coaching now. Good luck. Go play Showtime. and then the day, a couple days after. Oh, by the way, you have to play against the undefeated team in Stone Prep right now. Go ahead. It's fine. Good luck,
No,
coach.
they've been steamrolling teams. And it's not that they've been blowing everyone out. It's just they've played
No.
their game. And everyone has adapted. You know to try and stay in front of Tyree Wells and stay behind him. To keep him in between him and the rim. You know that you're gonna have to work hard to keep Holbrook off the boards. You know that you got to try and figure something out against Kevon Jackson. And then you know that you got a bunch of other guys on the team that's willing to do the dirty work. That's been the formula for 6 games.
Yeah.
Well,
They have so many weapons.
last night they learned about Jetson Holiday and the fact that he went 5 for 5
Yeah.
from deep. Jetson Holiday is a stone
My
cold active
man.
shooter. The man can shoot. And guess what? we finally saw Daniel Irvin have a breakout game. So
Yeah,
the diversity of the team was put in on full display last night, and that's what Gotham Five was up against. Was, oh, that's right, they do have a Daniel Irvin. Oh, that's right, they do have a guy that can go 5 for 5. Excuse
yeah.
me, 5 for 5 from deep. I'm not gonna say Gotham Five didn't play well. They just got outplayed by what's looking like the best team in all of SimWorld Prep.
They are the best team in Simple Prep record wise.
Record wise, yeah.
Yeah, but look, if the OGs are scary because they have Cooper Flag, Cascadia is scary because they have so many weapons on their team. You mentioned Jetson
I
Halliday,
know you love that guy, B.
Keyshawn
Ron.
Johnson. I love Justin Halliday, one of my favorite players
The
in Simple
third,
Prep.
the
Yeah,
third.
the third one, the third Halliday. The third Jetson Halliday. But look, again, Halliday, Daniel Irvin, Kevon Jackson, Tyree Wells. They have so many weapons. Tyshawn McGrady can't even video about him either. They have so many weapons on this team, and it's scary to try to figure out how to stop all of them because you kind of can't. One or two of them's gonna have a big game. It's just are the other one's gonna be able to help support enough? And last night there was enough between Irvin, Johnson, and Halliday.
More than enough. More than enough.
More than enough.
Prep
Yeah.
ball. You're not always seeing everybody on the team. All the talented players are not always averaging 25 and 20 and 15 points. Some of
Right.
them are
Exactly.
averaging
Yeah.
6 and 7 because they're just getting their practice. They're getting their runs in. They're staying in basketball shape. They're showcasing the skill. Everyone else is
Hmm.
seeing them practice, and then once they get to the collegiate level and at SimWorld U, you really get to see what they do. And then in rare occasions they get to show out. Jetson Holiday was averaging around 6 points before this game per
Yeah.
game. Daniel Irvin was averaging around 7, but we all know he can ball. He showed out today, last night, and so did Jetson Holiday. By the way, just to throw
Hmm.
this info out there, I got the insight.
Yeah.
Tyshawn McGrady apparently is out, possibly for the season, which is why we
Oh
saw so much
no.
Jetson Holiday and Daniel Irvin. But guess what?
Ah.
Guess what? It seemed like next man up. They just waiting
Yeah.
in the wings, ready for their turn, and they ball.
Yeah. They sure did. They were ready to roll, and they really took the ball and ran with it, so to speak. And look, that's gonna do it though for our show today. Y'all got anything else before you want to
Oh,
before we get out of here?
no.
I know.
Hit
We
the
had a good
like
time,
button.
man.
Hit the
Yeah.
like button. Hit the notify. Check out all of the action. Want to make sure, hey, fourth wall, knocking it down for a second. Make sure that y'all are active in the streams. If you're tuned into the streams and you're commenting in the streams and we know that you're there, that helps a lot. That's the main source of engagement to see your progression boost and everything else. That's you in the gym. That's you in the film room. That's you studying. In those
Yeah.
streams, liking, commenting, and tuning in, and then secondly in the media feed. Everything
Yeah.
else you
And
do is just what a player does. You still
yep.
you still
And
behind the fourth wall, B Ron? You still back there?
yeah. 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 Yep. Still. Nope. Still here. I'm gonna come through as well. You
Hmm.
already put the whole up, so I'm gonna come through. When y'all talks about engagement, it's not W and things like that.
Good game.
We want yeah, right.
Yer.
We want to hear
GG.
what you have to say. Speak your mind
Yeah.
is what I mean. Have
Benari,
conversations.
Barkley, we miss you. Come back and talk to us.
Have
Talk to
conversations
us.
with us. Engage
Join the
with
show.
engage with us. Right. Yeah, come on the show with us. All that stuff. We'd love to have you here, and I'm sure the other shows on around Smart TV
Yeah.
love to have you as
J Rock
well.
is looking for guests,
So
guys. J Rock show is taking guests around the table. I don't think they want none of y'all. They got their own thing going. Let them talk. Let them talk. They talk. Marsh Pod, Rick Blaze. They want to talk with you. The
you want to talk
Maestro.
to Maestro?
Ding, ding,
Talk to
ding.
Maestro,
Yeah,
man.
Maestro wants to talk to you. Make it a little freaky there for a minute. But let you talk. Let Maestro talk his talk, man.
Yeah,
Anyhow.
reach out to two of us. Let us know that you're interested, because we sure are interested in hearing from you all. But
Whoa,
with
whoa,
all that
whoa,
being
whoa.
said, oh,
Last point on
one
that.
more.
I'm
Yeah,
not talking on Friday since I'm getting it all out now, B Ron.
understandable. That's
We are
that's fine.
here. Guess SimWorld's the only place where you can see the game, be the game, but more importantly, what everyone needs to understand, this ain't no Sim League, baby. This is not just some basketball to watch. This is a Sim world where we're trying to help you build your brand. So
Yes.
take part, baby.
Exactly. It's a world. Come be a part of it, and all that means in all its glory. Thank you for tuning in today, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Friday episode of SimWorld today. And like Yell said, remember, SimWorld is the only place where you can see the game, be the game.